5 different AIs analyzed every major character from Stranger Things, and this is who survives Season 5. We analyzed 5 of the most advanced artificial intelligences. These AIs will analyze almost all character from Stranger Things. Let's start without wasting any more time.
Steve's journey feels complete. He's grown, found purpose, and become a protector. From a narrative standpoint, that often signals a final sacrifice. I believe Steve does not survive.
Steve represents selfless love and redemption. Stories often end such arcs with sacrifice to give meaning to the whole. I sadly predict Steve does not survive.
When I analyze screen time, near-death frequency, and emotional closure, Steve ranks extremely high on risk. My conclusion: Steve died.
Look, this guy's been waving death flags since Season 2. Fan favorite, heroic, finished arc. That's TV language for he's gone. Steve dies.
Survival probability calculated at 38%. Outcome, death. Mike is the emotional core of the group. Removing him would break the story's resolution. Mike survives.
Mike represents human connection and continuity. Narratively, he must survive.
His role connects every major character. Patterns strongly favor survival. Mike lives.
They won't kill the heart of the show. Mike lives.
Survival probability, 81%. Outcome, survives. Will is the symbolic beginning of the story. Ending it with his death would feel wrong. Will survives.
Will embodies endurance after prolonged suffering. The story protects that. He survives.
His arc trends toward healing and resolution. Survival is likely. Will lives.
They didn't put him through hell just to kill him at the end. Will lives.
Will's narrative value lies in closure, not sacrifice. Predictive models favor survival. Outcome, lives. 11 is too central to the emotional ending to be removed completely. She survives, but not without a cost.
Her journey is about choosing humanity over power. Survival completes that arc.
The story demands balance rather than elimination. 11 lives, but her powers don't.
They won't kill the face of the show. She lives, powers gone.
High narrative centrality with diminishing power trajectory. Predictive outcome, survives with permanent loss. Lucas still has emotional growth ahead of him. His story isn't finished. Lucas survives.
Lucas represents perseverance through doubt. Narratively, he survives.
His arc shows resilience rather than sacrifice. Patterns favor survival. Lucas lives.
He's taken hits and kept going. That's survivor energy. Lucas lives.
Lucas shows adaptive decision-making and rising narrative relevance. Characters with this profile typically survive. Outcome, lives. Dustin balances danger with hope and intelligence. Killing him would break the tone. He survives.
Humor and optimism persist through Dustin. Narratively, he survives.
Dustin consistently avoids high-risk sacrifice scenarios. Survival is strongly favored.
Killing Dustin would be cruel and pointless. He's safe. Dustin lives.
Dustin scores high in emotional importance and low in expendability. Characters with this profile survive. Outcome, lives. Max has already crossed the line between life and death once, which puts her in a fragile position. I think she survives, but with permanent consequences.
Max's story feels like a meditation on trauma. Survival makes sense, but not a full recovery.
From a narrative perspective, bringing her back only to lose her again feels excessive. I believe Max survives.
I don't buy the double save. Stories don't usually hand out miracles twice. I think Max dies.
Near-death recurrence raises fatality probability significantly. Outcome remains unstable, with death slightly favored. Nancy constantly puts herself in danger, but she's still learning and evolving. I think she survives.
Nancy embodies earned courage. Her story feels incomplete. She survives.
She's been positioned closer to the threat than ever. That makes her survival less certain.
She's brave, but bravery gets characters killed. I wouldn't be shocked if she dies.
High exposure risk combined with unresolved arc. Outcome slightly favors survival, but death remains plausible. Hopper feels like someone built for sacrifice, but repeating his death would feel hollow. I think he survives.
Hopper's journey is about learning to live, not die. Survival makes more sense.
He carries endgame sacrifice energy. If the story needs one final loss, Hopper is a strong candidate.
Honestly, if someone big goes down, it's probably him.
Conflicting signals detected. Prior symbolic death reduces likelihood, but sacrifice indicators remain high. Outcome uncertain.
Joyce has endured the most emotionally. Killing her would feel cruel rather than meaningful. She survives.
Joyce represents persistence through loss. The story protects that.
Her arc already paid its narrative cost. Survival fits the structure.
They're not breaking the audience like that. Joyce lives.
Low combat exposure and high emotional significance. Outcome survives. Jonathan operates on the edge of the story now, which actually keeps him safer.
Jonathan's role is emotional grounding. Ending it with death feels unnecessary.
Low narrative focus often signals survival rather than sacrifice.
He's not important enough to kill for shock value. He lives.
Moderate relevance with low sacrifice flags. Outcome survives.